We met at the School for the Deaf. After class, we were walking out at the same time. We made eye contact, saw each other. And like I said, I was trying to communicate with her, but I was signing so quickly. She didn't understand what I was saying. She kept asking me to slow down and slow down. So I had to repeat myself several times. And so we went outside and we got on the bus to go home. And then after that, we went out on several dates after that. And that's how we met. I was 14 and she was 13.
I was 13. Yes. We were sweethearts all through school until we got married. Yes, we have 2 children, 1 girl, 1 boy. Oh, yes, since they were babies, yes. I taught them. We started with the signed shoes and tapping on the table. Before, I learned that at the School for the Deaf. Oh, that's the sign for the table. So that's how we signed it at the School for the Deaf. And the sign is the table now. This is the sign for it now. But at the time, it was that. I taught her clothes, socks, mom, dad. But my son signed it like this. He called his dad this. But they both sign fluently. My daughter is an interpreter for Mount Juliet schools. It's the deaf children that are there in the school system there. My daughter interprets for them. And my son works, has had different jobs. But he was previously in the Army. He went to Kuwait twice. And we were really heartbroken when he had to go. But we were relieved when he came home safely. And then he had to go again. He wanted to stay in the Army after his second tour in Kuwait, but we said no, definitely not. He was in the Army for 8 years, and then he got out of the Army, which made us feel a lot better. We were relieved. Oh, we weren't nervous about having deaf children. We adopted both of our children, so Well, the agency, we had a little bit of a struggle with the agency because we were deaf. We went through Agape. It was a little bit of a struggle because we were deaf. There was a woman that moved there to work from Texas. And I forgot her name. It's been a long time. But she asked, do you have any deaf people? And I said, yes. And so she called them on the TTY. She wanted references. And so they came to the house to visit. And she knew a little bit. She could fingerspell and that kind of thing. And so we told her we were interested in adopting. And the woman said, I noticed that you're deaf. And we were down on the list for adoption because we were deaf. But we told her we wanted to be moved to the top of the list because we were ready to adopt. And there was a baby girl available. And they said, are you interested? And we said, yes. And she was 3 days old. We said, yes, yes, yes. We're very interested. We had previously waited 8 years to have children. So the lady from Texas, we were very grateful to her because she helped us get the baby girl who was 3 days old, and she was so cute. And then when she was 4 years old, there was a boy available who was 5 weeks old, and so we got our son. And we've grown up with him, and everything's been fine.
For me, growing up deaf, that's just my world. God made me this way. Like I said, I grew up on the farm, and really the opportunity for communication wasn't there because I was working on the farm my whole upbringing. I didn't have a great deal of communication. I didn't communicate with the hearing people who were around me very much because I was working on the farm. And then when I was 17, I moved here to Nashville. And I established a relationship with vocational rehabilitation, and my mother was very hesitant to let me go. And I ignored her wantings, and so VR agreed to pay me. I stayed here for a month, and they helped me to get a job so I can support myself. And then I actually had to borrow Jan's car to get me back and forth to work when I first moved here because I didn't have a car. But I am 100% deaf, born and raised.
I was born hearing and I became ill. And then became hard of hearing until I was 13 years old. You know, I grew up rural, and my mom required me to lip read. And when I was at LHI at Bill Wilkerson, I was there for a long time when I was young, doing speech therapy and lip reading and all that kind of stuff. And I had, you remember the hearing aids with the big box that rested on your chest? Oh, I hated that thing. As time went on, I had to wear it to school. I went to an oral school. I had to wear it at school. And, you know, there were other oral deaf at the school. But then when I was 13, Mom took me to the school for the deaf in Knoxville. And some of those kids, they didn't have it. They didn't use it. So they took it off, put it in the closet, and chatted using sign language. So for 2 weeks later, my mom and dad came to pick me up. And I was like, hi mom, and hugged her and everything. And mom was like, where's your hearing aid? And I was like, it's in the closet. See, look, nobody has a hearing aid. I don't need it. And she said, I want you to keep up with your oral skills as well as sign language. So I want you to wear it. And I was like, okay. So I got it out of the closet, put it on, and she told the house mother, please watch Jan and make sure she keeps that on. I was so frustrated. And the house mother said, okay. So I went home, came back to school, and Mom said, please Jan, when you go to school, you need to keep up your oral skills as well as the sign language. Keep the hearing aid on. Don't just sign only. Don't just use ASL. And so I was like, okay, fine. So I got back to school, and I started doing that, and eventually I just did ASL. And I put the hearing aid back in the closet. And the house mother came, and she told me good night, and the house mother looked and said, where's your hearing aid? And I said, I lied just a little bit. I said, I just took it off to go to bed. And the house mother said, okay, that's fine. And so the next morning, I put it on, but I turned it off. So I couldn't hear a thing, and I just signed all day long until I went home. I forgot to turn it back on though when I went back home. And Mom said, Jan! And she turned me around and turned my hearing aid back on. And I was like, that's too loud. So I turned it down a little bit. I heard her vacuuming. I heard the dog barking. And I was like, I want to go back to school. This is so frustrating. So as soon as I got back to school, I turned that thing off. And when we got married, I put it away. And my mom said, where is that? I said, I'm married. You can't tell me I have to wear that anymore. My dad said, just leave her alone. She's married. She can do what she wants. My mom was so frustrated, but I won. But mom really wanted me to use my oral skills and sign language, and I do.
Well, her mother forced me to learn how to speak, to do the oral method. I didn't know anything about that, but her mother taught me that, and I was able to improve those skills a little bit. And then when we would go to Knoxville for the school for the deaf, and I would try to talk while we were on the bus, and I would try to say hamburger. And instead they gave me an apple. So from that point forward I said, okay, I'm done with the oral method.
So sometimes we'll be talking and walking through the store or something like that, and people will stare at us. And so I'll see them, and I'll say, hi, how are you? And they'll look away really quickly. And so I just keep walking, and they'll follow us. And I'll say, what do you want? And they'll turn around and walk away. And I just keep walking.
Oh, yes. So we went to a Cracker Barrel, Jan and I did. And when we went in, the server, we told them that there were 2 of us.
No. We were with our daughter, too.
Oh, right. There were 3 of us. That's correct. And when they brought us out the menu to our table, I thought, what in the world is this? And they must have thought that we were blind because the menu was in Braille. And that really upset my daughter. She closed that menu up and she went back to the hostess and said, this isn't for my deaf parents, this is for blind people. And the hostess apologized, and we didn't have a cane or anything. We walked right in, sat down at our table. I guess they didn't understand that deafness was not the same thing as being blind. And that happened to us a couple of times. It happened to us in Knoxville. Again, twice. Someone brought out a Braille menu to us. And we said, no, we can read a menu. And they apologized. And I guess the servers just weren't familiar with the deaf culture. One time in Gatlinburg, my 2 children can hear, and of course the people around us didn't know that they could hear. So my wife and I were having a discussion, and the people behind us were making fun of us. And so whenever we got done eating, my daughter gave them up a row talking about her parents, and she didn't appreciate it. She didn't like it at all. And we didn't think anything of it, but she did that right as we were leaving out from the restaurant.
Well, the thing we enjoy about being deaf is having friends and having fun, and we like going out and doing things with our friends and family, and it's better than staying home just being bored.